Good afternoon, Miss Bridgewater. Hope you're doing well.
I am, Joanne. I hope you are as well.
Thank you. The SAP reset date, please.
March 31st.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Courtroom two, we're ready to get started as soon as you all are ready for us.
Good afternoon, Judge Mara.
Good afternoon, Ms. Young. How are you?
I'm well. If I have put your video back on mute, please remain on mute until you hear the judge call your name. Then you're welcome. We will cut your volume and your video on. Please remain on mute. Thank you. Your Honor, we have one Spanish case, and Miss Lucia will be logging on for that one.
Say it again for me. We have one, what type of case?
The Spanish interpreter case.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Young.
This position, 3.
Three, thank you.
Yes, sir.
All right, we're gonna start with number 7, Miss Cato. How y'all doing today?
Okay, good afternoon. Let me go ahead and address everyone. Good afternoon. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the State Court Expedited Accusation Calendar. You have a right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. You have a right to have an attorney present at these proceedings. We're providing you with the assistance of a public defender or conflict defender this afternoon if you do not have a private attorney and choose to utilize their service. And this is Ms. Cato, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon, Ms. Cato. You have been charged in case 26 CR 001727F with simple battery family violence. Good afternoon, Ms. Harvey. Is there a history?
Yes, Your Honor. Good afternoon. 4 cycles. The last arrest was February 23rd, 2025, out of Fulton County for simple battery family violence. That is open under case number 25 CR 000931F. There is also an additional open case under case number 24 CR 000-396F for battery family violence. That offense date was January 17, 2024. In addition, I'm showing a hold out of Jonesboro, Georgia for a trespassing case from December 10th of 2025 and nothing further.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Ms. Tucker.
Good afternoon. We're asking for a $3,500 good bond with conditions no further violent contact with Gloria Sims. You did hear she's got those two open cases. In the 2024 battery family violence, it is a different victim. She was given a $2,500 pretrial bond and then went and reoffended. On the 2025 simple battery family violence, it is a different victim. She was given a $500 good bond and went and reoffended. And you also heard that she is currently wanted out of Jonesboro. So for these reasons, the previous bonds did not work, as well as not keeping her compliant to appear in Jonesboro. We're asking for that $3,500 good bond. The facts of this case, the victim is her mother. She told her to change her 3-year-old son's pants, which led to an argument, causing her to push her down, which re-aggravated a previous leg injury. We did speak with the victim. She said they've argued in the past and said hurtful words to each other, but nothing's gotten this violent before. She does believe she's a very angry person and needs counseling. So she wants her to return home. She wants no further violent contact. But based on the Ayala factors, the risk of reoffense, and the risk of flight, we're asking for that $3,500 good bond and no further violent contact.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Ms. Patton.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Ms. Cato is 24 years old. She is a native to Atlanta. She currently is taking online classes. She does have two children, a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old. She currently is unemployed. However, she does have side jobs where she's doing hair and making ends meet. She currently, again, is not gainfully employed. So any bond set in this case, Your Honor, is going to be set, is going to be like having no bond. So we'd ask for a signature bond through pretrial level 2. And if not, Your Honor, if we could get the lowest possible bond in this case, that is reasonable.
Okay, it will be a $3,500 good bond. No further contact with Gloria Sims. I want her to begin the Family Violence Intervention Program. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Ms. Bridgewater, did you get those other two state court cases that are pending?
No, but I have Ms. Young as my assistant today. I'm sure she may have gotten them. Ms. Young,
Okay.
did you get those other case numbers?
Yes, I've reset them with that case, Your Honor.
Okay, very good. So if she does not get out of custody, she will be on the SAP calendar on 3/31.
Thank you.
Good luck to you, Ms. Cato. Who do we have next?
Number 8, Ms. Chambers.
Ms. Chambers is positions 8 and 9. Good afternoon, Ms. Chambers. You have been charged in case 26 CR 001728G with criminal trespass and in case 26 CR 001738G with criminal trespass. Is there a history, Ms. Harvey?
13 cycles. The last arrest was February 26 for criminal trespass, 2026 out of East Point, Georgia for criminal trespass. FTAs from 2020 and 2023. And let's see. She is currently being supervised by pretrial, Your Honor, under case number 26 CR 001407G, and we will be doing a bond surrender today. And nothing further, Your Honor.
Thank you. Ms. Tucker?
Yes, Judge. I don't remember if you were the one that handled the previous case, but it's basically the same location. So there are two homes, 1662 Connolly Drive and 1666 Connolly Drive that this defendant is constantly breaking into, squatting in. The property owners, one is being rented, one is currently unfit to live in, so they're working on that. But in both of these cases, she's been getting into the 1666 Connolly Drive, I believe. The owner is Dahlia McGee, and she's seen her neighbor called her. She's seen her going through the mailbox, taking her mail, taking her mortgages, and she told officers that she believes she owns these homes, that her father, her late father, had passed. But there is absolutely no evidence that she owns these homes. As a matter of fact, Dahlia McGee and I believe in the other the February case, Miss Pouncer owns these homes. So we are asking for a $2,000 good bond in each case, with a stay away from both these locations, 1662 Connolly Drive, 1666 Connolly Drive in East Point, and a social worker visit.
And Ms. Tucker, are you able to pull up the bond on that other case for me to see if I was the one?
I did pull it up. It is a $2,000 pretrial level 2, but I could not see the signature.
Okay, thank you. Yes, Ms. Patton.
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Chambers is 30 years old, and the property has been condemned. I did advise her that if she was under the belief that, the home belonged to her, to go and handle it through the courts. So I did explain that to her. I explained to her that she needs to stay away from the property, based on the charges. And she doesn't have any FTAs, Your Honor, in the past 2 years. I'd request that she be released on a signature bond, through pretrial services, level 2, if possible. If not, to set the lowest possible bond, in this case.
Okay, well, we have to see what's going on with Ms. Chambers so that she doesn't keep coming back. So I do want to have her to have a social worker visit to assess for a BHET and also possible housing if that is an issue. It will be $1,000 good bond on each charge. No further contact with the alleged victims. Stay away from those incident locations. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Ms. Patton, if she does not get out, I will see her back personally on that SAP calendar on the 31st. And if some arrangements are made for her, or we can figure out what's going on, then I'll consider a modification of the bond. But if you can have the social worker report back to me at that time, I'd appreciate it if she's still in custody.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
And
Thank
Your
you.
Honor, Judge Law is the one who signed the bond with the stay away and the
Okay,
MHT
all right.
evaluation.
And what else, Ms. Young?
She had MHET in the stay away and no further.
Okay, so if she was to have an MHET evaluation, if she comes back for the SAP calendar, Ms. Patton, I would like to know what is going on with that.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Good luck to you, Ms. Chambers.
And then number 30, Ms. Pruitt.
Good afternoon, Ms. Pruitt. You have been charged in case 26 CR 001749J with driving without a valid license and no headlights. Is there a history, Ms. Harvey?
No, Your Honor, first arrest.
Okay. Good afternoon, Mr. Soraka.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. The state's recommendation for this case is a $2,000 surety on the driving without a valid license and $780 on the defective headlights. We would ask that those remain set. No driving without a valid license, proper insurance, etc., and no drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond.
Ms. Kim, if it's okay with you, it will be a $500 good bond on each charge, makes for a total of $1,000. No, a $500 signature bond through the jail on each charge, makes for a total of $1,000 signature bond through the jail, no driving without a valid license, no drugs, alcohol, weapons. Does that suit you?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, good luck, Ms. Pruitt.
Okay. Number 5, Mr. Brinson. Henson.
Good afternoon, Mr. Brenson. You have been charged in case 26 CR 0017208 with willful obstruction of law enforcement officers. Is there a history, Ms. Harvey?
23 cycles. Last arrest was June 23rd, 2025, out of Douglas County for probation violation. Appears to be on probation out of Douglas County for forgery in the 3rd degree. Sentence April 14th, 2025 to 4 years and 7 months on probation. There's also a probation violation hold out of Douglas County, Your Honor. In addition, there are convictions from 2024 for theft by conversion, 23 possession and use of drug-related objects, 2013 theft by conversion, 2008 simple battery, and at least 4 other convictions outside of the 10-year period, and nothing further.
Thank you, Ms. Tucker.
Yes, Judge, considering the history, and we've spoken with the mother of the victim, we're asking for $1,000 good bond, no further contact with Jared Gallardo, and to stay away from 1170 Woodland Ave, Atlanta. You're probably wondering, why is there a victim if this is an obstruction charge? The facts are that Jared Gallardo was looking for his Lime scooter in his apartment parking lot when 3 men approached him, telling him to get away from the car, and one of them flashed a gun at him. He told the officer that a man in a green camo shirt and 2 others with a black, dressed in all black, were the ones who approached him, but they fled. The officers did a canvass of the area and found someone matching that description in the green camo shirt and attempted to detain him to question him. He was very uncooperative, but there was no gun found on him. The victim, Mr. Gallardo, had left, so they could not do a show up. So at this time, he is only charged with obstruction. We did speak with the victim's mother. The victim is only 17. She says he's seen them before and he left the location because he was afraid of them. So, despite the fact that this is an obstruction, we are also asking for that stay away and no further contact with Jared Gallardo so that he can feel safe.
Ms. Patton?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Brinson is 47 years old. He is a native. He went to Thomasville High School. And Your Honor, I do believe he needs to be transferred to the 11 o'clock calendar.
Okay. All right, I understand. Can we get him, Ms. Young, on Thursday's calendar or the following Thursday?
We can put him on the 26th, Your Honor.
Okay. So it's 3/26. So at this time, it'll be $1,000 good bond, transferred to the 11 o'clock calendar on March 26th. No further contact with the alleged victim. Stay away from the Woodland Avenue address. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. And while he's awaiting that, we'll have a social worker visit with him as well. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Patton. Good luck to you, Mr. Brinson.
16, Mr. Ferguson.
Good afternoon, Mr. Ferguson. You have been charged in case 26 CR 001757G with disorderly conduct and simple battery family violence. Is there a history?
Before we proceed, Judge, we may want to hold this case with respect to MH.
Okay, Ms. Patton, is that okay with you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, can we place Mr. Ferguson at the end of the calendar?
You sure you wanna do it now? You can go? Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna wait all day, man. You sure you wanna do them now, Deb, so we get them going?
Um,
We can go, well, I mean, it's up to you all. We can either go off the YouTube. If you don't want the inmates there, the other inmates there, then we would have to take him at there. I think what courtroom two is telling me is that there might be an issue.
Your Honor, I think it's best to go ahead and do him later down the calendar.
Okay, all right, so courtroom two, let's I'm gonna respect what council wants here and we'll do him at the end.
Put that blue chair for me. I know someone's got heat over there. It's even more, man. Yeah, no, no. Look at so. You got no. All right, go to number 29, Mr. Poteet.
Okay.
I-
And Mr. Sirocco and Ms. Patton and anyone else who's listening, if you want to give courtroom two a heads up earlier in the session, that may be at the beginning, so that they can start anticipating their lineup for us in the future. Thank you.
Um, let's see.
Tell me who we have again.
It's Mr. Poteet, Your Honor, and I'd like to give a heads up to courtroom two. I think the chat's disabled though.
I'll cut it back on. I cut it off because when they see us chatting, you can chat directly to courtroom too. Is it allowing you?
It's only letting me reach out to yeah, the host.
Okay. You can go ahead. I just I enabled it.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, good afternoon, Mr. Poteet. You have been charged in case 26 CR 001644E with simple battery. Is there a history, Ms. Harvey?
Yes, Your Honor. 52 out of Georgia and 6 out of Florida. Last arrest was January 28, 2026 for possession and use of drug-related objects. That case was dismissed. Appears to be probation out of Fulton County for entering auto. Sentence October 2nd, 2024 to 6 years and 10 months probation. I'm sorry, 6 years, 10 months confinement, 5 years probation. In addition, there are FTAs from 2024 and 2025, convictions from 2019 for simple battery, 2018 theft by shoplifting, disorderly conduct, 2018 PI and criminal trespass, 2017 disorderly conduct, theft by shoplifting, possession and use of drug-related objects, giving false name, 2014 theft by taking, and at least 6 other convictions outside of the 10-year period. Nothing further.
Thank you. Mr. Soroka?
Yes, Your Honor. This was the attack on a random Grady personnel responder who was trying to help the defendant, and the defendant struck him in the face with a closed fist. We did speak with the victim, Mr. Isel Nicholas. Confirmed the events on the warrant. He is the EMS worker. Explained the defendant made his way to the sidewalk, and at the time he didn't have the capacity to refuse or accept medical assistance. He was just trying to assess the defendant to see if that was needed. And that's when the defendant struck him. He has seen the defendant in the area before, and he states he is not opposed to the defendant receiving bond. Of course, he will receive a bond. But he would when we discussed it with him, he thinks BHET would be appropriate with a social worker visit. We are asking for a $4,000 surety on account of his prior violent history. You heard that 2019 violent conviction. He's got FTAs as well. There was a 2021 aggravated assault case. I don't have the disposition for that. But With his history, $4,000 surety is the recommendation. 3 days anger awareness, no further violent contact with emergency personnel and healthcare providers to include Nicholas Isel. Stay away from Grady Hospital unless receiving medical care. No drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond. And if we could sound for Mr. Isel. I don't know if he's here for the third reset for this case, but he was here last Friday.
Mr. Isel is with us and wishes to address the court. Now is your opportunity. Doesn't appear so. Ms. Kim?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Potier is 63 years old and he was born in North Carolina. However, he has been here in Georgia for the last 20 years. What was I? Does not have any child, and he has been struggling with the residential challenges for the last 20 years. And he says that he does have a college degree from State University in North Carolina, and he also went to Navy, but he does not have any job. And I really think it is appropriate for him to have a social worker visit for housing and BHET. He was hit by the car when this incident happened on March 8, 2026, as you can see what he has on his neck. He was the victim of the whole incident, and he was probably shocked and didn't really think clearly. I really think he deserves to have a signature on bond, only because he should not even have been arrested. I don't think that there was any intentional incident at all. Thank you.
It will be $1,000 good bond. No further contact with the alleged victim. Social worker visit to assess for BHET and any housing issues. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Ms. Kim, if you will have the social workers report back to me at that SAP calendar. And there's a plan put in place for him, then I'll certainly reconsider the bond at that time. Good luck to you, sir.
Your Honor, can it be no further violent contact? It's because that complaining witness is Grady medical assistant. I mean, he's the one who answers to emergency contact. So my client has no control over who's going to be coming in as an emergency reader.
That's fine with the court. No further violent contact.
Thank you, Your Honor.
If it's in a professional situation, if it's not professional, then there's to be no contact. But if it has to do with the alleged victim's job, then if contact is necessary, then he can have contact.
Thank you.
Who do we have next?
23, Mr. Larry Perez.
Spanish interpreter. We have a Spanish interpreter.
We need an interpreter for this case.
Yes, I was
Okay.
able to communicate with him through the language lane. However, he prefers to have a Spanish interpreter for the court hearing.
Okay, so I believe that we have someone that's going to be on the line. I don't see anyone here as of yet, but once they join us, Ms. Kim, I'll have we can bring him back and you can speak with him.
15, Mr. Farley.
Good afternoon, Mr. Farley. You have been charged in case 26CR001744D with simple battery, family violence, 2 counts. Is there a history, Ms. Harvey?
Yes, Your Honor. 6 cycles. Last arrest was February 28, 2025, out of Fulton County for a failure to appear. Appears to have an open case out of Cobb County for entering auto, possession of cocaine, financial transaction card fraud, and sale, distribution, or possession of a dangerous drug. There's probation out of Fulton County for theft by receiving stolen property, 2 counts, sentenced June 4, 2025 to 5 years probation. Also probation for fleeing or attempting to elude a police officer, sentenced June 24, 2025 to 12 months probation. There are 2 FTAs from 2025. And one moment, let me check one thing, Your Honor. My apologies. And nothing further, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Soroka.
Yes, Your Honor. This was the incident that took place at 3206 Spanish Trail in East Point. It's an apartment complex. The victim's name is Ashanti Davis. She explained that the defendant is the father of her children. They used to live together, had attacked her. The defendant, she stated, has a tendency to appear at the apartment roughly every 2 weeks to cause issues with her, even though he no longer lives there. When she returned to the apartment with her children that day, the defendant was there. There was an argument that escalated, began to yell at her, and proceeded to wrap his hand, grab her by the neck, and pushed her. There was several witnesses there, 2 of them juvenile. The adult witness, Miss Miana Davis, had to break it up, and also stated that the defendant shows up to the apartment roughly every 2 weeks and causes issues between himself and the victim, usually loud arguments. Officer was also able to speak with the juveniles, both juvenile AD, same initial for both. They were there. They said that Amir pushed their mommy really hard. So children were there and saw this. We have spoken with the victim. She has denied everything in the warrants, wants the charges to be dropped. However, it is the state's case. We will be proceeding. She said this was only a verbal argument and that she blew things out of proportion due to being intoxicated, and that there was not even a physical altercation, despite there being 3 independent witnesses here. She states, however, that the sister was taking sides and nothing actually happened, doesn't discount the children's statements. Anyways, she's currently in a relationship with the defendant and wants no further violent contact and for the defendant to return home. The state's not comfortable with that. We are concerned for her safety. His history's recent, also has FTAs, so there's a risk of failing to appear here, Judge. We're asking for a $4,000 total surety, $2,000 each. We're asking for 3-day anger awareness, no further contact with Ashanti Davis. Stay away from the apartment complex at 3206 Spanish Trail in East Point, and no drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond. If we could sound for Ms. Davis.
Ms. Davis, I see you on the line. If you would like to address the court, now is your opportunity to do so. I would need for you to activate your camera, unmute yourself, and I will swear you in.
Okay,
Okay, I need for you to activate your camera, Ms. Davis.
I'm sorry. Hello, I'm a
Good af-
Tracy.
Good afternoon, ma'am. If you
Hey,
can
how
raise
you
your,
doing?
fine, thank you, ma'am. If you can raise your right hand for me, please.
Mhm.
Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, you can place your hand down. What would you like to tell the court?
I just would like to retell everything because I was overly belligerent, drunk at the time, intoxicated at the time. As sometimes as women, we can sometimes abuse our power. Amir, he helped me a lot. He tries to back me up off of him. That's what really happened. He's trying to back me up off of him. Like, it was nothing like, oh, he's just hitting me or we're just fighting or it was a back and forth tussle. It was nothing like that. I'm just belligerently intoxicated, emotionally making crazy decisions that was not caused for. And this was way back in October. Now we're in the month of March, and I have been trying to get everybody, like East Point Police, to get some type of way to contact me. I have several emails with the with the officer that's on there. I have several emails with him. He's not hit me back, nothing. I've tried to get this case dismissed before the state could be able to pick it up.
Okay, so I take it that you felt it necessary on that date to call the police?
Yes.
Why did you find it necessary to call the police?
Well, one, I'm emotional and I'm drunk. So it's like a lot of stuff I really wasn't feeling. I really wasn't feeling. It was just in the heat of a moment, a emotional decision.
Okay, how old are your children?
I have a 5-year-old, I have a 3-year-old, and I also have a 1 and 2-year-old.
And where were your children at this time?
My kids be in the room most of the time. They be in their rooms.
All right, thank you for being here, ma'am.
You welcome.
Ms. Patton?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Farley is 22 years old. He is a native to Atlanta. He attended Maynard Jackson High School and graduated from Skyview High School. He actually, around this time, was planning to enroll into the military. He was actually on his way to take the ASVAB test when he was arrested. They do not live together, but they do have 4 children. He has been in contact with the mother of his children and his children. He currently works at DeKalb Tires, and he's been there for 3 years. He also does work at a McDonald's in Riverdale. He's completing community service at this time. And Your Honor, she has made the statement. I mean, we understand it's the state's case, but she wants the case dropped. At the time, as you heard, it was an emotional decision. Her judgment was impaired as she told the court because of the drinking. And so we'd be requesting, if not a signature bond through pretrial services, a reasonable bond, low enough for the defendant to actually make the bond. He's working to provide for his 4 children. He is at risk of termination if he continues to stay in custody. So that's what defense would be requesting, Your Honor.
Okay, well, I don't think it's good for him to be around her. And I'm mostly concerned about those 4 children with what Ms. Davis has informed the court about today regarding her behavior. Given his FTAs, given his history, I don't feel comfortable giving him a signature bond. For each charge will be $1,000 good bond, makes for a total of a $2,000 good bond. I want him to have 5 parenting classes. At this time, he's to have no further contact with Ms. Davis, and he's to stay away from her residential address. I'm not going to keep him from his kids, but he can have third-party transfer of any minor children that are his for visitation. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Ms. Patton, Mr. Amir has his hand up. You might want to have him speak with Ms. Kim there so she can maybe figure out if he has a question that's appropriate for the court.
Yes, Your Honor.
Your Honor, while they're speaking, Ms. Lucia is on now for the Spanish interpreter.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. If courtroom 2, if he still has a question, he could call on the phone.
She says that she moved out.
She already moved out.
Okay, so I said wherever she's living, that you couldn't be around her or where she's living. If she doesn't live at the Spanish Trail address, then you can go back there. But
Thank you, sir.
so, okay, so we're clear. All right, good luck to you, Mr. Farley.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. We have the Spanish interpreter, Ms. Lucia's on, so whenever, are you gonna need to speak with your client privately prior to the hearing? Oh,
I already did with a language line. So
okay, and tell me what position this is again, please.
Number 23.
All right, thank you. And thank you, Ms. Lucia, for jumping on with us. If you can raise your right hand for me. Do you swear affirm that you will translate from Spanish to English and English to Spanish to the best of your ability?
I do, Your Honor.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Good afternoon, Mr. Larios Perez. You have been charged in case 26 CR 001709L with unlawful conduct during a 911 call.
Buenas tardes, señor Larios Pérez. Usted ha sido acusado en el caso 26CR001709L con el cargo de conducta inapropiada e ilegal durante una llamada al 911.
Is there a history, Ms. Harvey?
El juez pregunta si es que hay algún historial.
Yes, Your Honor. 17 cycles, last arrest June 24th, 2025, out of Alpharetta for disorderly conduct and terrorist threats.
Quien le indica que tiene 17 ciclos. El último arresto fue el junio 24 del 2025 en Alpharetta por mala conducta pública y también amenazas terroristas.
Appears to be on probation for this case, sentenced September 23rd, 2025 to 12 months on probation.
Aparentemente parece que usted está en probatoria por ese caso anterior, que fueron 12 meses de probatoria el 23 de septiembre del 2025.
There's a 2013 willful obstruction of a law enforcement officer, 2013 criminal trespassing,
En el 2013 tenía un allanamiento de morada y también obstrucción a un agente de la ley.
2011 and 2012 furnishing alcohol to persons below legal age, and 2011 driving without a valid license, and an FTA from 2024, and nothing further.
En el 2011, manejar sin licencia de conducir, 2 acusaciones por dar alcohol a menores de edad en el 2011 y en el 2012, y también en el 2024 una que no se presentó a una cita de corte.
Tucker?
Yes, Judge. We're asking for a $2,000 good bond with conditions no alcohol, and random screens for alcohol while out on bond.
Y lo que están pidiendo la fiscalía, está pidiendo es un bono de fianza asegurado por $2,000 y también una orden de no puede tener bebidas alcohólicas mientras está bajo fianza y también chequeos, pruebas de alcohol sin previo aviso.
The facts of this case are that this defendant called 911. He could be heard extremely slurred, obviously intoxicated.
Y los hechos de este caso es que el acusado llamó al 911, obviamente de la forma en la que hablaba, estaba intoxicado.
And when the operator tried to determine the nature of the call, the defendant started cursing and hung up.
Y cuando la operadora del 911 intentó averiguar cuál era la naturaleza de la llamada, el acusado empezó a gritar groserías y a llamarle groserías.
He has called 15 times with similar instances since February 12th, 2026, in the past month.
En el último mes, desde febrero 12 del 2026, ha llamado por 15 ocasiones de la misma manera.
And I believe there are 2 ordinances of violations. In 2025, request for an ambulance when not needed, and one in 2024, request for an ambulance when not needed.
Aparte, tiene 2 violaciones de órdenes de la ciudad, en el 24 y en el 25, por lo mismo que era pedir una ambulancia sin ser necesario.
So the risk of reoffense is very high in this case. We believe a $2,000 good bond, no alcohol, random screens, and possibly a social worker visit is reasonable.
Entonces, pensamos que la posibilidad de que vuelva a hacer esto es alta, entonces estamos solicitando un bono de fianza asegurado con $2,000, una orden judicial de no beber bebidas alcohólicas, chequeos sin anuncio de bebidas alcohólicas y también tal vez una visita de un trabajador social.
Yes, Ms. Kim.
Yes, Your Honor, my client is 34 years old.
Y ahora es el turno de su abogada defensora, quien indica que usted tiene 34 años de edad.
He is from Puerto Rico and he has been here in Georgia for the last 15 years.
Él es originalmente de Puerto Rico y ha estado en el estado de Georgia por los últimos 15 años.
And he is currently U.S. citizen and he resides with his 6 years old son.
Él es ciudadano de los Estados Unidos y vive con su hijo de 6 años de edad.
Oh, I apologize. His daughter, not son.
Oh, perdón, es una hija, no hijo.
And he completed 7th grade, but he didn't do any GED or any other education.
Aunque terminó el 7º grado de escuela, no ha cursado para sacar un diploma alternativo o de GED.
He does landscaping for a living.
Él trabaja en la yarda para ganarse la vida.
He has a special medical condition called hemophilia.
Tiene hemofilia, una condición médica.
It is inherited genetic disorder that impairs his body's ability to produce blood clots, leading to prolonged bleeding, easy bruising, and it can be very fatal if not treated properly.
Lo cual no deja que se coagule su sangre y puede dejar que suceda, puede sangrar excesivamente y eso puede ser una amenaza pues para su vida.
When he is residing only with a minor, he's the only one who is around. When he bleeds, he gets very terrified because he could be dying.
Él es el único adulto que reside con la menor y cuando él se va, pues le da miedo porque podría morir.
And that's why he had to call 911 who can help him. And he was very shocked that he was actually arrested for miscommunication.
Y por esa es la razón por la que tuvo que llamar al 911. Él estuvo sorprendido de que fue arrestado por esa mala comunicación.
I believe it is better to be sorry, to be safe, than like completely losing his life and his beautiful daughter become orphan.
Y obviamente él prefiere que sea una falsa alarma a que no llamar porque puede perder su vida y dejar huérfana a sus hijas.
He asked for signature on bond so he can get out of the jail to take care of his daughter.
Estamos pidiendo un bono de fianza bajo la firma únicamente para que él pueda salir y cuidar a su hija.
Nothing further.
Ms. Tucker, why does the state believe that he has an alcohol problem?
Because, excuse me, when he called 911, they said he sounded extremely slurred, and obviously intoxicated.
El juez pregunta por qué la fiscalía piensa que tiene un problema de alcohol y le indican que cuando él llamó, la forma en la que hablaba era bastante lenta y aparentaba estar intoxicado.
Your Honor, my client does not drink. He does not have any drugs or alcohol abuse. When he gets very, very sick, it's hard to speak clearly.
Su abogada defensora indica que usted no bebe y que cuando se enferma es muy difícil de entender lo que dice.
Ms. Tucker, has a rescue squad gone out to assess him at any point?
Let me.
Or was it the operator making the determination?
So in this case, yes, he hung up before they determined the nature of the call, so no one responded in this case.
En este caso le indican al juez que nadie respondió porque usted cerró el teléfono antes de que pudieran determinar la necesidad.
Okay, it will be a $2,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1.
Y el fallo del juez es el siguiente. Va a un bono de fianza de $2,000, pero únicamente con su firma. Solamente tiene que firmar para poder salir por medio de la oficina de anterior al juicio en la cárcel nivel 1.
No contacting 911 unless there is an actual emergency.
Una orden judicial de que no se puede comunicar con el 911 a menos que sea una emergencia de verdad.
No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond.
No drogas, alcohol o armas mientras está bajo fianza.
Good luck to you, sir.
Buena suerte, señor.
Let's get
Do
number
we,
one.
do we need Madam Interpreter for any other cases this afternoon?
I don't think so.
Okay. Thank you. We appreciate it, Ms. Lucia. We'll see you next time. Have a good
Yes, Your
evening.
Honor. You too. Have a good afternoon.
Thank you.
And let's get number one, Mr. Arnold.
Good afternoon, Mr. Arnold. You have been charged in case 26 CR 001721B with theft by shoplifting. Is there a history, Ms. Harvey?
Yes, Your Honor. 34 cycles. Last arrest was March 12th, 2022 out of Fulton County for driving while license suspended or revoked. There's an open case out of Fulton County for battery, family violence, and cruelty to children under case number 17 SC 150477. Convictions from 2016 for battery, family violence, 2011 criminal trespass, 2010 obstruction, 09 criminal trespass, and 2003 battery, family violence, and cruelty to children. And nothing further.
Thank you. Ms. Tucker?
Yes, Judge, we're asking for $1,000 good bond and a stay away from the Family Dollar at 1616 Virginia Avenue, College Park. That's based on I had the similar history as well as FTAs out of 2017, 2017, 2016, 2010, 2009. So just with all those FTAs, I cannot recommend a signature bond. We're asking for $1,000 good bond and a stay away from that Family Dollar.
Okay. Did you tell me what he allegedly took?
Bottles of Dove soap from the Family Dollar, 6 bottles.
Okay. Ms. Patton?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Arnold is 53 years old. He is a native to the Atlanta area. We are going to be requesting a signature bond through pretrial level 3. The FTAs haven't been in the past 2 years. Many of the cases that were cited were from more than 10 years ago. And Your Honor, he is having issues. He is having issues finding and maintaining gainful employment. And Your Honor, again, setting any bond in this case is going to be like setting no bond. So we'd be requesting that signature bond through pretrial services.
Does he have issues with housing, Ms. Patton? Or not?
He has in the past, but that's not one of the things that he stated that he had issues with. He's using let's see what address he's using. Don't remember where this address was from, but that's not one of the issues that he let me know that he needed assistance with through our office.
Okay. May I ask him if he needs some assistance with housing, Ms. Patton? Or would you like to ask him?
I was gonna say, can I ask him, Your Honor?
Yes, that's fine. If he needs assistance, I want to get him some help. If that's something that would.
I do not. 3503 Atlanta Street, College, Georgia. That's my mother address.
Okay.
Okay, all right. Thank you, sir. That's what I needed to know.
Yes, I didn't want to misquote where he told me the
Okay.
address was from, but right.
You're fine. Thank you, Ms. Patton. It will be a $3,000 signature bond through pretrial level 2. Stay away from that Family Dollar on Virginia Avenue. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Mr. Arnold. I'm giving you the opportunity to get out, but if you don't show up for your next court hearing, they're going to put a warrant out for you. So make sure that you stay in touch with the court. You provide them with a good address if you move, and you show up for the next hearing so that you're not right back where you are. Okay? Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Your Honor, that was 3,000, correct?
Yes.
Thank you.
Number 3, Mr. Billingsley.
Good afternoon, Mr. Billingsley. You have been charged in case 26CR001723L with simple battery family violence. Is there a history, Ms. Harvey?
One prior arrest from January 1st, 2026 out of Fulton County for theft by receiving stolen property and possession of marijuana less than an ounce. He is currently being supervised by a pretrial today under 26 PI 000034, and we will be doing a bond surrender. Nothing further.
Thank you. Ms. Tucker?
Yeah, excuse me. Yes, Judge. You did hear he is out on bond for theft by receiving felony level, and that's a $2,500 pretrial bond. That obviously wasn't enough to keep him out of trouble, so we are asking for a $2,500 good bond with conditions no further violent contact with Scolander Billingsley, who is his father. They do live together, and the defendant started arguing with him about a lost t-shirt and then punched him. Then he fled in a vehicle. The victim attempted to follow them, but an unknown male shot 2 rounds out of the window while fleeing the car. We did speak with Mr. Billingsley, the father. He told he does not want to press charges anymore. He said that the gunshots were heard from the neighbor who called the police. And I believe he's on today if you would like to speak with him. However, considering that open bond that he's out on, he did reoffend, he did punch his father in the face. We are asking for that $2,500 good bond with conditions no further violent contact.
Mr. Billingsley, I see you on the line. If you would like to address the court, now is your opportunity. You certainly don't have to, but if you would like to, I need for you to come on camera for me. Unmute yourself and I will swear you in.
All right, I unmuted.
Okay, can you come on camera for me, sir?
Okay.
We're both trying to figure that out.
Oh, okay, Miss Erica.
Okay.
I have to see.
Okay, I got it.
Please look, I have to send you a message. I have to send you a message. Please hold.
Okay, so if you would both like to speak on behalf of your son, I need for you both to raise your right hands for me. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, you can place your hands down. Let me start with you, Mr. Billingsley. What would you like to tell the court?
Well, first of all, it was just like you said, it was over a t-shirt. And he was kind of irate behind the t-shirt or whatever. And so I told him, just leave, calm down or whatever, come back later after you calm down or whatever. It kept going on. I picked him up and put him on the second level, and his brother took him out the house. For us, the punching in the face is more was a breaking up, and I got elbowed, I think, by his brother when he was trying to break us up from when I grabbed him or whatever. When his brother led him out the house. By the time I put on shoes to come out, he was gone. But my neighbor, which not is not even really my neighbor, is like what three 2 or 3 buildings down from where I stay, she called the police and said that she heard gunshot. So I don't know if that really what went on or whatever, but I was just going off of what my neighbor said.
Okay, and how your son is 19?
Yes, sir.
Does he live with you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, and tell me about him. What type of young man is he?
He's a decent young man. It's just I guess at certain ages they go to feel themselves, and I've been in his life his whole life. It's not like he's not never I've never been away from home. It was just one of those days he was upset about a shirt, and it just escalated. But he works. He go to work every day. I've never really had no problems out of him.
Is he in school?
No, sir. He's a cook at Longhorn.
He graduated high school. He's actually a twin. And he could be disrespectful with his mouth sometimes, and that was one of the days. And we are old school. We are going to chastise our children. But it was
Okay.
a family situation. It wasn't supposed to be escalated to what it was. I felt like we had it under control. Me and my husband have been together 33 years. He has both parents. He graduated high school. He's not a bad dude. We didn't want to
Okay.
press charges. We didn't even know that it was going to go this far.
If you had some assistance, is there anything that you would request of the court as far as assistance goes? Do you think that he needs some anger management? Does he have that type of a
No, sir.
problem?
No, sir.
I don't think anger management, maybe like some type of mentorship or something, like a big brother program who could relate to his age, maybe.
All right, and you all do want him back in the household, is my understanding.
Yes, I was the day that it happened. 3 days later, I was talking back to him. He was back at the house. He didn't stay here that day, but he came 3 days later, took a shower. We talked and everything. So it's not like I'm scared of him or he's scared of me. It was just a dispute at that moment.
Okay, and you are aware of the other charges that he has pending, correct?
Yeah.
All right, I appreciate y'all being here this afternoon. Let me hear from Ms. Patton.
And can I just say this?
Yes, ma'am.
This case today was prior to the probation thing, this other charge. So technically it wouldn't be a violation because it wasn't supposed to be this.
Okay, I understand what you're saying. So this allegedly occurred on December 22nd, and the
Right.
other occurred after. I see what you're saying. Okay, thank you. Yes, appreciate y'all being here. Yes, ma'am. Ms. Patton?
Yes, Your Honor. So again, Mr. Billingsley is 20. He's a native to Atlanta. He went to Douglas High School. He graduated from Benjamin E. Mays High School. He did let me know he is in the process of enrolling at Atlanta Tech in their welding program. As they've already stated, he is a cook at Longhorn. And they don't want to press charges, Your Honor. No gun was found on my client. The police report was inaccurate just based on what the father said. He still does live at the house. They don't think he needs anger management. He's not a threat. They've already taken the cooling off period. They've talked through the dispute that happened that day. He hasn't had an FTA, or I don't think I've heard one in the past 2 years. So we'd be requesting a signature bond through pretrial services at level 2. In this case, Your Honor, so that he can go on, be released, and return to his life. Of course, he is at risk of termination if he does not return to his job soon. So that would be the request today.
Okay. And
Ju-
yes, Ms. Harvey.
I was just gonna say, since this case predates the felony case, I won't surrender the bond.
Okay, very good. Thank you. I was just going to inquire. I know I couldn't have done anything about that, but so his bond won't be surrendered in that case. In this case, I'm going to give him one other opportunity. It will be a $3,000 signature bond through pretrial level 2. He's to have no further violent contact with any of his family members. He is to maintain employment. I want him to enroll at Atlanta Tech. And no drugs, alcohol, or weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you all.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. You're getting another opportunity, young man. I suggest that you take it and that you don't get into any further trouble.
Your
Good
Honor,
luck to you, sir.
Your Honor, there's a letters program, LADDER program for his case. I will need to refer him to that program, which is paid by the government, and it's kind of like a trade school, same as an Atlanta Tech, but we can negotiate that for pretrial diversion with the state if he takes that course. Can we have either Atlanta Tech or a letters program, Your Honor?
That's fine with the court. Okay. All right, good luck to you, young man.
Miss,
Thank
Miss
you.
Mara, ask Miss Kim, how does she spell that program again?
LADDER.
Thank you.
Who do we have next?
Number 6, Mr. Camp. Mr. Camp,
Oh, turn it off.
Good afternoon, Mr. Camp. You have been charged in case 26 CR 001725E with battery, family violence, and cruelty to children in the 3rd degree. Is there a history, Ms. Harvey?
10 cycles. The last arrest was May 15, 2023, out of Gwinnett County for false imprisonment. Appears to be on probation for that case, sentenced January 27, 2025 to 5 years probation. There's a 2018 disorderly conduct and a 2007 criminal trespass, and nothing further.
Ms. Tucker?
Yes, Judge. We're asking for a $2,500 good bond on the battery family violence and a $1,500 good bond on the cruelty to children with conditions no further violent contact with Tremera Howard and no further contact with the daughter, Zoe Howard. The facts of this case, the defendant and victim were arguing about the kids. Then the defendant started grabbing her, pulling her, punching her, and twisting her fingers on her right hand, leaving her with a swollen pinky. This was all in front of the young daughter, Zoe Howard, who was accidentally pushed during this altercation. We did speak with this victim. She stated things have been fine. They did separate for a couple of weeks because this did happen in December of last year. She said she called the police that day because she wanted him to leave. She denies that anything has happened. They're engaged now. However, considering the allegations from December, that this was all in front of the daughter and the daughter was pushed, considering he's got 10 total cycles, including that false imprisonment conviction, we're asking for the $2,500 on the battery family violence, $1,500 on the cruelty. She does want no further violent contact, but with the daughter, we're saying no further contact.
If Ms. Howard is on the line and wishes to address the court, now is your opportunity. Doesn't appear so. Ms. Patton?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Camp is 48 years old. He is a native. He went to Southwest DeKalb, and he's currently working at Dow Masters Group. He's a subcontractor for that company. He does not have any FTAs. I didn't hear any within the past 2 years. He
Oh,
did.
I'm sorry, I couldn't figure out how to unmute. I'm sorry.
Okay, I'll be
Yeah,
with you in a
I
moment.
I was struggling with that there. Yeah, I don't know how they
No,
got the.
ma'am, stop.
I'm sorry.
You're interrupting my court. I need for you to find a steady place to talk to the court.
Okay.
And once you get there, I will be back with you once I'm done with Miss Patton here. I apologize, Miss Patton.
Okay,
Go
Your Honor.
ahead.
Thank you. And he is on probation for that case out of Gwinnett County, which shows that he is willing to return to court and handle his cases. He's already stayed away for the cooling period. At that point, it had been about a month. As far as he's indicated to me, his wife does, or his fiance does not work. He's paying all the bills, so he is taking care of her and everyone in the home. And so at this point, we just ask that he be released on a signature bond pretrial, level 3. And if not, the lowest possible reasonable bond in this case. Again, he's the only one working in the home. He is taking care of everyone. And so we'd ask that he be released, one, to be able to return to his job, but also get him and his family back stable, Your Honor.
Thank you, Ms. Patton. Now, Ms. Howard, if you would like to address the court, go ahead and unmute yourself. Raise your right hand for me. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, place your hand down and tell the court what you like for it to know.
Yeah, I mean, we got into it, and it wasn't like it wasn't a bad fight. I just I would try to prevent it getting to so bad. That's why I called the police. I never want to, I don't know how they got the family violence, like with my child being involved. I never told them that she was even around. They asked me that question specifically, and I told them that she wasn't around. I don't know how they picked that up, but yeah, I never wanted to press any charges on him or anything like that. I wanted him to leave, and calling the police, he left. He left for 2 weeks, and ever since, I mean, that was the first and last time we ever got in an altercation like this, so. And it's the first and last time. He's a very, very good man, Your Honor. He goes to work, he come home late. He still, spending time with his daughter, and it's he don't deserve this. He really don't. He really don't.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you being here this afternoon, Ms. Howard.
No problem. Thank you, Judge.
Yes, ma'am. For the battery, it will be a $3,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. For the cruelty, $1,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1 makes for a total of a $4,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. No further violent contact with either of the alleged victims. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you both.
Number 10, Mr. Charles. Number 10, Charles. Yeah, Charles. Oh.
Good afternoon, Mr. Childs. You've been charged in case 26 CR 001729K with terroristic threats and acts. Is there a history, Ms. Harvey?
11 cycles. Last arrest was January 4, 2024, out of Coweta for simple battery family violence that did result in a conviction. There's a 2020 pointing or aiming a gun or pistol at another. 2019 possession of marijuana less than an ounce. And 2014 carrying a weapon without a valid license and theft of lost or mislaid property. And nothing further.
Thank you. Yes, Ms. Tucker.
Yes, Judge, we're asking for a, excuse me, for a $1,500 good bond with conditions no further contact with Hope Marie Ewers and to stay away from the North Fulton Hospital at 3000 Hospital Boulevard in Roswell unless seeking emergency medical treatment. We're also going to request a social worker visit if he cannot bond out. The facts allege that he was discharged from the hospital, so the victim, who's the nurse, told him he needed to go. He asked for a juice and she gave him a water instead, so he started cursing at her, racial slurs, and stated, "I'll pop you," multiple times, along with, "You'll have to leave at some point, I'll be waiting for you." So, considering these facts, his history, we're asking for that $1,500 good bond, no further contact, stay away, and a social worker visit.
Thank you. Ms. Patton or Ms. Kim? Who's representing Mr. Childs?
I am, Your Honor.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Charles is 29 years old. He is a native to Georgia. And I do understand the state's position on what he was saying. However, there's no way to know what he meant without asking him. And in this case, Your Honor, he went to the hospital he was experiencing cold and flu-like symptoms. He was seeking medical help, and he does have the open cases. However, Your Honor, we're going to be requesting that he be released on a signature bond through pretrial level 2 if possible. Mr. Okay. Mr. Childs is indigent, Your Honor. It's going to be hard for him to make any bond set in this case. And so we just ask that he be released on a signature bond through pretrial services.
At this time, it'll be $1,000 good bond. I want him to have a social worker visit to assess for BHET and any housing issues. No further contact with Miss Hope Ewers. Stay away from North Fulton Hospital unless it's for medical treatment. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, sir.
Your Honor, which case was this?
This is position number 10, Mr. Childs.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, next we got number 12, Mr. Coletta. I'm sorry, right now. I got it away from. Because I said so, that's what I said. Oh, just must have taken it. Number 12, Mr. Coletta.
Good afternoon, Mr. Coletta. You have been charged in case 26 CR 001731G with battery family violence. Is there a history? Ms. Harvey?
Yes, Your Honor. I show one arrest from 2008 out of Kansas, Douglas County, Kansas, for a failure to appear. Nothing further.
Ms. Tucker?
Yes, Judge, we're asking for a $1,500 good bond with conditions no further contact with Tracy Coletta and to stay away from 2604 Tree Ridge Parkway in Roswell. The facts allege that an argument between the two, who are husband and wife, led to the defendant throwing his cell phone at her, hitting her so hard that it left a visible bruise on her shin. We were unable to get in contact with her. So without any other mitigating factors, we are asking for no further contact, a stay away, and that $1,500 total good bond.
Thank you. Ms. Patton?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Coletta is 64 years old. In fact, he'll be 65 tomorrow. He has been in Atlanta since October of last year with his wife, who he's been married to for about 4.5 or 5 years. He currently is working at America's Best Contacts and Eyeglasses. And Your Honor, his last arrest was from 2008. If he does not get out of custody soon, he'll be at risk of termination. His wife does not work and he does pay all the bills. So we'd be requesting a signature bond in this case, Your Honor.
All right, if Tracy Coletta is on the line, Coletta is on the line and wishes to address the court. Now is your opportunity. This time it'll be a $3,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. Since no one has heard from Ms. Collette and do not know her wishes, at this time it will be no further contact with her. He's to stay away from the Tree Ridge Parkway address. He can go back to that address on one occasion with law enforcement to retrieve any belongings. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Number 20, Mr. Harris. Number 20, Mr. Harris.
Good afternoon, Mr. Harris. You have been charged in case 26 CR 001745A with 2 counts of battery and 2 counts of simple battery. Is there a history, Ms. Harvey?
22 cycles. Last arrest was July 9, 2023 out of Douglas County for a DUI, possession of cocaine, hit and run duty of driver to stop, and trafficking in a controlled substance. There was no disposition listed for this case. There's a 2011 possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, in 2008 carrying a concealed weapon, possession of marijuana, and possession of cocaine. Also showing 7 arrests out of New Jersey, as well as 2 convictions out of New Jersey outside of the 10-year period, and nothing further.
Thank you. Mr. Sirocco?
Thank you, Your Honor. And I think I heard pretrial say it, but convicted of that ag assault, possession of firearm, and possession of cocaine, 2015. Um, I definitely didn't hear that last charge, but in any case, there is that conviction. This was a March 14th incident. It's at the Savannah Suites, located at 140 Pine Street in Atlanta. It's an apartment complex. Officers spoke with the victim, in this case, Miss Tiffany Reed, who explained she had come to the unit looking for sunglasses. She was going to pawn them, or take them to the pawn shop at least. Defendants approached her and said he wanted her out of the unit. The two had been living on and off together. We didn't get a clear definition on what that exactly looked like, but there was a physical altercation that ensued, and wherein the defendant put her in a headlock and tried to drag her out. The also originally stated that the defendant did not strike her, but it became apparent that he did. She did come back and say that he did punch her in the forehead, causing swelling. There were marks on her knee, redness and scratch, consistent with her being dragged. Excuse me. And I did see there was, at least from this, an outstanding warrant out of Clayton County Sheriff's Office that was within the warrant itself for Miss Reed. So we weren't able to speak with her, and that's the reason why. And the defendant was placed into custody there. The state's recommendation, given his history, there are even other aggravated assault cases that are even a little bit older than the ones aforementioned. There's a history of violence, and with our concerns, especially with not having spoken with her and this having taken place recently, we are recommending a $4,000 total surety, $1,500 on each battery and $500 on each simple battery. We would recommend 3 days anger awareness, no further contact with Tiffany Reed, stay away from Miss Reed's residence. It's not clear to the state at this point whether that is 140 Pine Street, but wherever Miss Reed resides. No drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond. And if she happens to be out and on the Zoom call right now, we would ask that the court sound for her. And I believe that's it for the states. Also, 2016 FTA.
If anybody is on the line and wishes to address the court, now is your opportunity.
Oh, and I do want to emphasize there was mention in contemplation of us potentially setting this up as a false imprisonment with him not letting her leave that location. That was apparently involved here. We'll be keeping this case, but that was a concern for the state, and that did factor into our bond recommendation.
Okay. Ms. Kim?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Harris is 63 years old, and Your Honor, he was born in New Jersey, and he has been here in Georgia for the last 34 years, ever since 1992. And he does have 4 children, and one of them is still minor, 10 years old. He completed GED, and he is actually living in a different place. That incident location was hotel that they were there. My client has no objection to stay away and no contact. Since she's incarcerated, he will not be able to contact her anyway. He does not have any job at this point. He has a disability. He gets a Social Security disability income. Last Friday, March 12, 2026, he had a surgery. He just got released from his surgery. So he's having a very hard time to move around. And indeed, it is my client's hand that is extremely swollen because she slammed the door on his hand. So his right hand is like twice bigger than regular. And Your Honor, my client does not have any struggle with a drug or alcohol, no mental health. We would like to request for signature on bond. The violence charge, egg assault, it was from 2004, very, very remote. There was no conviction over any kind of violence, Your Honor. We ask for signature on bond. Thanks.
Each charge will be a $500 good bond, makes for a total of a $2,000 good bond. No further contact with Ms. Reed. Stay away from her residential address. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Mr. Harris.
Can it be a sharing 10% program, Your Honor?
That's fine with the court. Ms. Kim.
Number 34, Mr. Walker's next. Come on, man.
They even
Good afternoon, Mr. Walker. You have been charged in case 26 CR 001756E with 2 counts of stalking, family violence, and criminal trespass. Is there a history, Ms. Harvey?
No, Your Honor. First arrest.
Tucker?
Yes, Judge. We're asking for a $4,000 good bond on that first count of stalking, a $2,000 good bond on the criminal trespass, and another $4,000 good bond on the second stalking, for a total of $10,000 good bond with conditions no further contact with Constance Stone or her children, and to stay away from 3564 Wennington Trace in Milton. On the 11th, officers went to this location. There was an incident in January where the wife of Miss Walker had come to the home, resulting in Miss Constance Stone getting a TPO, although it has not been served yet. He was told to stay away from her and told not to come to the house, but he came anyways. He drove by on the 7th, he drove by on the 8th, he drove by on the 9th, and she received an email from him on the 11th to her work email regarding their relationship. On the 15th, he came to the house uninvited, got in her car to use the garage opener, placed some clothes there, and came back later to retrieve the items. Afterwards, he followed her in his car when she drove to the police department to finally get this sorted out. We did speak with her. She confirmed all these events in the warrants. She stated they have known each other about a year and a half. The TPO against her was dropped, but she plans to get another TPO in Fayetteville. Excuse me. Yes, she says this defendant has threatened to release videos of their intimate relationship to their children, and that email with the threat was sent to her work email. And she was on a recorded training sharing her screen when the email popped up. So that was very distressing to her. She does want no further contact and to stay away from their home. So for these reasons, we're asking for the $10,000 surety bond, $4,000 on each stalking, $2,000 on the criminal trespass, with conditions no further contact with her or the children, to stay away from that location, the 3564 Wennington Trace in Milton, as well as to go ahead and start on the family violence intervention program when he gets out on bond.
Thank you. If Ms. Stone is on the line and wishes to address the court, now is your opportunity. Doesn't appear so. Ms. Kim?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Walker is 44 years old. He was born in Washington, D.C. He moved to Georgia about 20 years, Your Honor. And he has a very nice place with his legally married wife and 2 minor children who are 3 and 7 years old. He is a CPA at accounting firm, very famous accounting firm, and also he graduated from high school in 1999. He has a bachelor's degree from Florida and master's degree from Florida, and he is not qualified for public defender services. And for the purpose of the bond hearing, I am representing just for this bond hearing only. Your Honor, he is very healthy and he denies every single allegation. It is just so much lies to the point that he is just kind of like shocked. We asked for a signature on bond. This is his first arrest, and I told him to wait until we have a trial to prove his innocence so he can tell solicitors and the state his side of the story, which is a lot more accurate. And we asked for a signature on bond. He is completely fine with the no contact and stay away from her because there's no reason for him to be with her.
All right, for each stalking charge will be a $4,000 signature bond through pretrial level 2. For the criminal trespass, a $2,000 signature bond through pretrial level 2. Makes for a total of a $10,000 signature bond through pretrial level 2. No further contact with Ms. Stone or her children. Stay away from her residential address. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Mr. Walker.
Front row. Number 11, Mr. Clark next.
Good afternoon, Mr. Clark. You have been charged in case 26 CR 001730C with criminal trespass and possession of marijuana less than an ounce. Is there a history, Ms. Harvey?
15 cycles. Last arrest was February 6, 2024 out of Chatham County for a fugitive from justice hold for Vidalia Police Department. Appears to be on probation out of Toombs County for purchase, possession, control. Sentenced in 2008 to 10 years confinement, 10 years probation. Appears to have an outstanding hold out of Lyons, Georgia for a traffic offense. In addition, there's a 2023 given false name, 2008 purchase, possession, control, 03 sale of marijuana. Nothing further.
Ms. Tucker?
Yes, Judge. Based on the history, I cannot recommend a signature bond. On the criminal trespass, I am just asking for a $500 good bond and a stay away from MARTA. On the marijuana, a $500 UJR. So I am asking for a split bond. The facts allege that he was lighting up a blunt in MARTA. So when he was approached, they did find he has an active MARTA suspension. It went into effect on February 22nd and it's good through April 23rd. So he was not supposed to be there.
Patton? Yes, Ms. Patton.
Oh, I'm sorry, Your Honor. Mr. Clark is 51 years old. He is a Georgia native. He currently is working at the Family Dollar on Abernathy and has been for a year. He is living with his girlfriend, where there are 4 children, where the girlfriend is not working. He's the only one with gainful employment, so he's taking care of everyone in the home. And so we ask that he be released on a signature bond, Your Honor, so that he can make sure that the household is provided for. He is at risk of termination if not released from custody soon. And so that'd be the request of defense today.
And for the criminal trespass, it will be a $1,500 signature bond through pretrial level 1. For the possession, a $500 signature bond through pretrial level 1. Makes for a total of a $2,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. He's to abide by any active MARTA suspensions, no drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Mr. Clark.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Welcome.
All right, 14, Mr. Simmons. Front row, sir.
Good afternoon, Mr. Dimmons. You've been charged in case 26CR001732C with simple battery. Is there a history, Ms. Harvey?
3 cycles. Last arrest was December 6, 2025, out of DeKalb County for criminal trespass and cruelty in the 3rd degree. That does appear to be open. There was no disposition listed. There's also an open simple battery and battery family violence out of Fulton County under 25CR007777C, and nothing further.
Thank you, Ms. Tucker.
Yes, Judge. Considering the 2 open charges, in that simple battery, he was given diversion. That diversion is pending and it may be revoked. We're asking for a $1,500 good bond with conditions no further violent contact with Tatiana Demons. The facts allege that this victim lives with her brother. They are siblings. They both live with the parents. And in this incident, they started arguing. He dragged her by her legs, pushed her multiple times into the wall, causing her to hit her head in the wall. And he admitted to the officers that he hit her multiple times because he was upset. We did speak with Miss Tatiana. She said she confirmed the events in the warrant. She said he wanted to fight the mother of his child, which they have talked about in the past. So that's what the argument was about. They do both live with the mom, so she doesn't want to cause any trouble. She does want no further violent contact and says he can return home. But considering the pending simple battery family violence and pending case out of DeKalb, we're asking for that $1,500 good bond with conditions no further violent contact.
Yes, Ms. Patton.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Dimmons is 27 years old. He is a native to Atlanta. He graduated from Washington High School. He currently is working at the Dick's Sporting Goods, the distribution center, and has been since January. He does live with his mother and siblings. And Your Honor, I would ask that the court give the lowest possible bond in this matter. The mother of his child is not working, so he's the only parent with gainful employment. Of course, him being in custody is he's going to be at risk for termination at his job. He is willing to take anger management classes. I mean, he has these cases that he doesn't have any FTAs on, so he is willing to return and check in, consistently. So we'd ask if you can't do a signature bond in this case, give him the lowest possible bond.
Okay. It will be a $10,000 signature bond through pretrial level 2, 5 anger management classes, no further violent contact with his sister or anyone in the household, no drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yeah. 19, Mr. Hammond.
Good afternoon, Mr. Hammond. You have been charged in case 26CR001735G with theft by taking. Is there a history, Ms. Harvey?
15 cycles. The last arrest was October 10th, 2025, out of Fulton County for possession and use of drug-related objects. He was sentenced on that case December 2nd, 2025 to 6 months probation. Appears to be an open case out of Clayton County for criminal trespass. There's a 2024 driving while license suspended, 2023 battery, 2018 theft by taking, 2016 possession marijuana less than an ounce, and 2015 criminal trespass, and an FTA from 2023, and nothing further.
Thank you. Mr. Sirocco?
Thank you, Your Honor. This involved the theft of a electric scooter valued at roughly around $1,000 approximately from the MARTA station. It's the North Avenue MARTA station, and from March 11th of this year, Judge. It was caught on surveillance. And the victim's name is Jensen Starr, the owner of the property, who had left his scooter chained up there at the location. The With the defendant's history that you heard the prior theft by taking the recent FTA, we are recommending $1,000 surety, no further contact with Jensen Star, stay away from all MARTA stations, and no drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond, Your Honor.
Ms. Kim?
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Hammond is 42 years old, raised here in Georgia, Your Honor. He has a 7 years old son that he has to take care of, and he completed his GED 2000. After that, he also went to college to study for a computer. At this point, he does not have any employment. Indeed, he gets a Social Security income from his disability, and he is still qualified for public defender services because it is not much. We ask for a signature on bond so that way he can get out of the jail to continuously take care of his 7 years old son.
Your pretrial level 2, no further contact with Ms. Starr, abide by any MARTA suspensions, no drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Mr. Hammond.
Thank you. How
You're
much was
welcome.
that?
$5,000 signature bond through pretrial level 2.
Okay. All right, let's get 22, Mr. Kavanaugh. Good job. Come on up. Yeah, we got enough. Yeah, we got about it. 3 or 4 minutes.
Good afternoon, Mr. Kavanaugh. You've been charged in case 26 CR 001747C with battery family violence and 2 counts of simple battery family violence. Is there a history, Ms. Harvey?
No, Your Honor, first arrest.
Mr. Sirocco?
Yes, Your Honor. This was the March 14th incident from this year at 1111 Lawton Place, Southwest in Atlanta. There was a physical dispute call that officers responded to, and they spoke with the victim here, Mr. Logan Tiblier, or Tiblier. Apologies if I'm mispronouncing that. Defendant's ex and roommate of 6 months. There was an incident. They were in the shared bedroom conversing. And an argument over a deceased friend culminated in a physical altercation wherein the parties were pushing back and forth. There was a separation. They came back, and the victim had slipped on some water, at which point the defendant had gotten on top of him and proceeded to apply pressure to his neck with both of his hands, grabbing his neck. And ultimately, the altercation ended, and there were defendant stated then, do you want to fight? And this continued on for a bit. Ultimately, was able to get him off him. The victim had multiple bruises on both sides of his neck from this, and we did speak with Mr. Tiblier. He was at the TPO office at the time. Things have been getting intense over the past 6 months since the two had broken up. There was a disagreement that turned into an altercation where the defendant got in his face. Victim pushed him away, and they were both pushing when the defendant slapped him. Also started kicking him. And it was later that the victim slipped on some water and confirmed what we stated here. The victim was choked for roughly 10, 11 seconds, 6 out of 10 grip. Thankfully, he didn't lose any vision, hearing, bodily function, and was able to get the defendant off of him and get away. He does want no further contact. He does want to stay away. We received an update that he was granted the TPO this morning. Still would ask for that, no further contact, and stay away. It's my understanding he doesn't wish to speak today, just wants to be present to hear what's going on with the case. We are recommending, given the heightened lethality factors associated with an incident like this, as Your Honor is well aware, we are recommending a $4,000 surety, $2,000 on the battery family violence, and $1,000 on each simple battery family violence. We're recommending 4 days anger awareness, no further contact with the victim, stay away from that 1111 Lawton Place address in Atlanta, that residential complex, and no drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond, Your Honor.
Okay, Ms. Kim?
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Kavanaugh is 21 years young, and he has been here in Georgia about 2 years. I believe he's from Florida. He is a U.S. citizen, and he does not have any child. 2019, he graduated from high school. After that, he is working for a software company, and also he is working at salon. He has 2 jobs at this point. However, he's still qualified for public defender services because his income is not high enough. Your Honor, he has no objection to stay away, no contact. He already moved out from that location, and he is the one who called the police because he was attacked by him first. Was Mr. Tippler who was initiating this physical fight against my client, and my client was using the self-defense to protect himself. He is 27 years old, 6 years older than my client, and he's stronger, more financially stable. He has a lot more influence than my client. And we would like to request for a signature on bond. This is his first arrest ever. Thank you.
For the battery will be a $2,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. For each of the other charges will be a $1,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. Makes for a total of a $4,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. No further contact with the alleged victim. Stay away from the Lawton Place address. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, sir.
What is the victim's first name? I didn't see that in the
Logan.
Logan.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
27, Mr. Miller next.
Okay.
Your Honor, before we move forward, I didn't know if Mr. Kavanaugh's parents had a question. They are on the Zoom.
Okay, I've given him a signature bond. Mr. and Ms. Kavanaugh, if you have any questions, you can address the court, or you can contact Ms. Kim after court this afternoon. Okay.
And I'm
Thank
sorry,
you.
which
We
position
appreciate
were you on, Judge?
Let me finish up with this real quick. So Ms. Kim, if you'll contact them to see if they have any questions after court.
Sure.
Thank you. All right, I believe we're on position 27. Mr. Miller, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good afternoon, Mr. Miller. You have been charged in case 26 CR 001742B with reckless stunt driving, driving in circular or zigzag course, lane drags, and driving while your license was suspended or revoked. Is there a history, Ms. Harvey?
Yes, Your Honor. 12 cycles. Last arrest was August 9, 2025 for driving while license suspended or revoked. There was a NOLO. Appears to have an open case out of Henry County for possession of a firearm or knife during the commission of a felony and sale of marijuana. Arrested in that case April 30th, 2024. Also appears to have an open case for fleeing or attempting to elude a police officer. Buying or selling a motor vehicle or part with the serial number have been altered to conceal identity as well, appears to be open. And there's an FTA hold out of the state of Illinois. There are 3 additional open cases out of Fulton County, 3 open felony cases in which he looks like he went to first appearance today on these cases. 26 PI 002143, driving, fleeing, attempting to elude. 26 PI 002142, also driving offenses. Possession of open alcohol container, fleeing, attempting to elude. And 26 PI 002141, 2 counts of aggravated assault and 2 counts of interference with government property and possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony. And nothing further.
Thank you. Mr. Soraka?
Thank you, Your Honor. The I did also see we ran a driving history check here. The FTA'd for roughly 20-ish charges back in 2021. So fairly recently, his license has been suspended for failure to appear and has been ever since, it appears. The incident here from August 31st of last year involved there were calls coming for noise complaints from a car show, and it was discovered through multiple social media accounts and videos that there was a group laying drag on Ted Turner Drive and Whitehall Street. The defendant was one of the individuals operating a motor vehicle on, it was Whitehall Street, laying drag there in a circular pattern. In complete disregard for persons and property in the area, there were spectators. As your Honor is aware, we take these cases very seriously with this being a public safety case, and that he's a threat to the community with sort of behavior. And if you haven't noticed, I'm sure you have, but almost all of the history that was mentioned pertains to driving offenses and whether it be fleeing or eluding, other driving while license suspended or revokes. There's a lot going on here with those three open cases and likely others that also involve driving. The state's recommendation is going to be a $7,000 total surety, $3,000 on the reckless stunt driving and laying drags, so $3,000 on each of those, and $1,000 for the driving while license suspended. We are, as for our conditions, requesting no driving whatsoever. We would also ask for no further contact with Mr. William Gay, the other individual involved, who was also accused of laying drag. I believe his case is open in Fulton. No drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond, and that is all for this case, Your Honor.
Thank you. Ms. Kim?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Miller is 25 years young. He was born and raised here in Georgia, Your Honor. He does have four minor children, 8 years old, 3 years old, and 2 years old. He graduated from high school 2018, and he's currently residing with his father, mother, and 19 years old sister. He is working as an auto mechanic, self-employed. Your Honor, he has a whole lot bigger fish to fry, I guess. He does not have a bond for his fellow charges at this point. So we ask for a signature on bond for these misdemeanor charges. So that way he can focus on big issues. That's all.
For the reckless, it'll be $1,500 good bond. For the laying drags, $1,500 good bond. For the suspended license, $1,000 good bond makes for a total of a $4,000 good bond. No further contact with the co-defendant. No driving without a valid license. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, sir.
Your Honor, can it be Sheriff's First Program, Your Honor?
Let's try with the court.
Thank you.
All right. 32, Mr. Scott.
Good afternoon, Mr. Scott. You've been charged in case 26 CR 0017553Y with criminal trespass. There a history, Ms. Harvey?
6 out of Nevada and 34 out of California. Out of California, 2011 battery, 2008 driving on a suspended license. The last arrest was January 5th, 2021 out of Las Vegas, Nevada for an attempted capital offense. There was no disposition listed, Your Honor. There also appears to be an open case out of Las Vegas for assault, robbery, battery, grand larceny, and domestic battery. Nothing further, Your Honor.
Thank you. Ms. Tucker?
Excuse me, yes, Judge. Considering there's no history in Georgia, his history in California was in the past, we'd consent to a $1,000 signature bond with conditions no further contact with Lee Chung and to stay away from 6520 Roswell Road in Sandy Springs. If we could, before he leaves, we could get him a social worker visit for help with housing and any potential MHET issues. The facts of this case: he was located at this residence. He had broken into the apartment, claimed he was living there, presented paperwork that he claimed authorized him to live there, but it was a fraudulent document. So, despite, there is no violence, so I would be fine with the signature bond, but I would like him to get some help before he's released.
Kim?
Yes, we have no objection to a signature on bond. He is 54 years old and he's from California. He has been here in Georgia 6 months. He does believe this case should be a civil action. He did have a lease to stay at that place. He was the one who rented the place. Your Honor, he does have 15 children and 2 minor children and 23 grandchildren, Your Honor. He graduated from high school in 1989. He did have a USC California bachelor's degree, and he is also a veteran from Marine. He served 2010 to 2020. He is currently self-employed, and we have no objection to signature on bond. That's all. Thank you.
Does he have a need for us for help with housing?
You need help with housing? Yes, so we will absolutely ask social worker to have a visit with him.
Okay, so it will be $1,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. No further contact with Mr. Chung. Stay away from the Roswell Road address. Social worker visit to assist with housing. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Mr. Scott.
Your Honor, can it be, I just want to make sure that social worker can be met even after him being released, because I don't want that to hold him in a jail. If social worker can come and meet here with him.
Oh, that's,
Phone number, so we'll be able to
is there
contact.
no one, well, I would like for him to get some assistance with housing while he's there, so I don't, if he gets out, then I think it'll be more complicated for him to get the assistance.
Your Honor, Ms. Holly can just write on the order, social worker visit before release. And they'll make sure they interview him before he's released.
Okay, well, I guess Miss Kim's point is that she doesn't want him held any longer in custody, waiting to have a visit. Miss Glenn, do you have some input?
Yes, did you need someone to come to the jail today?
That would be greatly appreciated.
Okay, I can do
All
that.
right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Bone. Okay, so a social worker visit, thank you, Ms. Young, as well, to help him with housing before he gets released. All right, good luck to you, Mr. Scott.
Thank you.
Yeah, 33, Mr. Shapiro.
Good afternoon, Mr. Shapiro. You've been charged in case 26 CR 001754F with 2 misdemeanor offenses. Is there a history, Ms. Harvey?
What position is he, Judge?
Position 33?
Okay, 33. Okay, one moment. Yes, Your Honor. 4 cycles. Last arrest January 30th, 2020 out of DeKalb County for armed robbery. That was amended to robbery, and he appears to be on probation for this case. Also for aggravated assault, terroristic threats, and hijacking a motor vehicle. Sentenced October 16th, 2024 to 5 years probation. There's also a hold out of DeKalb County for an assault case from February 14th, 2026, and nothing further.
Your Honor, can we waive the sounding, and otherwise we need to put this to the end of the calendar, Your Honor, when nobody else is around?
Well, I already said that he was charged with 2 misdemeanor offenses. I don't know, so I did not sound the charges. It's up. I'm not sure what Miss Tucker's gonna tell me, but
Judge, have you read the warrants?
do you want to, I would like for this, whatever it is, to be on the record, Miss Tucker, that you tell me, so. What do you want me to do, Miss Kim? Hold him till the end?
Yes, please.
Okay. Again, you all let me know beforehand so that we don't get the people up here if you know that these charges are coming to me.
Sure.
That's money.
Yeah.
I'm not,
The black one?
I'm not having it here. Well, female.
Oh,
Why you waiting?
okay. He wants to go ahead and move forward with this, Your Honor. So he consented.
Okay, do you all want me to go off the YouTube?
Yes, please. That'll be great.